folks. Today is Thursday, the 27th of April, 2023, and welcome to episode 8 of the Level 1 podcast. Yeah, right. Excuse me. So, we need to talk, everyone, and we will. This is going to be, just to forewarn everyone, alright? This is going to be a pretty lengthy show. This is likely going to be cumulatively covering a lot of information, some of which I very briefly explained in a special emergency video I had to put out 2 days ago. Last video I put out before my day off yesterday. In the meantime, since I put out that video, a lot has happened, which I would like to update you on. Some of it is good, some of it not so good, but I need you to know what's happening. There's been a lot of discussion, there's been a lot of communication, there's been a lot of stuff. I mean, really. So we got to talk, all right? The majority of this show today will be me discussing the false copyright strike issues against DSP Gaming, this channel, all right? So just to forewarn you, if you're not interested in this topic, you're probably in the wrong place. But considering that this channel is currently in jeopardy of being shut down due to crimes being committed against me and my business, we need to talk about it so you guys know exactly what's happening and what to do if it escalates even further than it already has. Okay? By the way, today's main gameplay stream, again, if it happens, because right now, we're like riding on a wing and a prayer. And what I mean by that is like, at any moment, this channel could be suspended for stuff that I didn't do. So, just to forewarn you, if you're watching this live and all of a sudden it says, this channel's unavailable, you know what happened. Another false copyright strike has come in and hit this channel. If you're watching this on demand and abruptly I say, sorry guys, something's going wrong, you know what's going on. Okay? I'm hoping that nothing else happens. I honestly hope that we're in a situation where I did nip this in the butt, or nip it in the bud, or whatever the hell the saying is, before it escalated to the point where this channel is now going to be massively, permanently, long-term affected. I need to tell you the whole story because I really didn't get the full opportunity to explain the whole story the other night. I was just trying to make a quick video to explain, and even the quick video was like 17, 18 minutes long. Alright? So I'm going to tell you the full story today on the show. But you may notice there's literally no other podcast of the Level 1 podcast besides the first 7 episodes available on YouTube. Actually, it might even only be the first 6. I'm not exactly sure. And you might say, well, what happened? Where are they all? I had to delete them all. This podcast has been running since the fall of 2021. And around the middle of last year, it was like July of 2022, I rebranded it. It used to be called the Pre-Stream Podcast, and I rebranded it to call it the Level 1 Podcast. At that time, a fan of mine who had previously paid a former comedian named Andy Dick, who since then has fallen from grace and is not very reputable anymore, he had paid him to do a cameo referencing my name, okay? Now, this cameo call had been available on YouTube for many years, and people have laughed at it because Andy Dick was a complete mess doing it, calling me Darksea Defil and all kinds of weird stuff instead of just reading it normally. So people think it's hilariously funny, and finally this person, realizing here's an opportunity for them to actually, kind of jump in and help out, made a whole intro for the podcast. I should say, to the beat of the song My Name Is from Eminem, which is My Name Is Darksea Defil or Darkside Phil, with my green screen footage from many years ago superimposed over it. Okay? It does not use the song from Eminem at all. It utilizes an instrumental beat that is not even sampled from the real song. It's a sound alike purposely transformed enough so it cannot be claimed because it's not from the real song, right? This would be like if someone listened to the song Nirvana Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then a garage band played a cover of the background music of it that's slightly changed on purpose to not sound like the song, but then someone says, you just played the song, we're suing you. Like, what? No, you can't do that. That's not legal. If anything, even if you wanted to argue that, the song was used, it has to go to a court of law. It can't just be slammed with copyright strikes and takedowns, as is what's happening to my channel right now. Okay? So, in reality here, this is ridiculous. The whole situation is so dumb. But I'm going to tell you the whole situation in a second. So basically, I've been using this intro to my podcast since July of last year. So just do the math. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. That was, wait a minute. July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 10 months. I didn't even realize. 10 months. I've been using this introduction basically without any issue because it's fine to use. It's fair use. And that's a lot of podcasts. If you do the math, that's 6 days a week for how many weeks? Okay? Each podcast is views to this channel and likes to this channel. And then on top of that, there's the archives. Because as you guys know, I archive all of my stuff as well as the streams. So you're talking podcasts, streams, all this content, right? And now it's all at risk because, as you know, basically my trolls are very upset because something is happening on YouTube that I have nothing to do with. False strikes are being issued against my trolls for my content, and I'm not doing it. I don't want anyone doing it. I've outright stated publicly, do not issue copyright strikes against my trolls or detractors. I don't want that. I don't want anyone abusing YouTube's system. You may think you're a white knight or whatever. You're not. I'm not asking you to do that, and I don't wish it, and I want people to stop because it's riling people up in the wrong way. If I've never done it in my entire 15 years on YouTube, if I didn't actively seek out these legal means to stop these people who basically defame me every day, why should someone else do it? I should be the one. If I want that, I'll do it myself and I'll seek legal help to do it. I'm not just going to start abusing YouTube's copyright system. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't want this happening, but someone is doing this. Someone is mass impersonating me and taking down detractor channels, right? And because this is happening, the detractors are upset with me. And I've told them outright, I'm not doing it. I've contacted YouTube. I've publicly posted up my conversations with YouTube about this. And YouTube will not help, okay? They don't care. It's their impression that, oh well, too bad. If they have an issue, have them seek legal counsel and then contact us via that. It's not on your part to fix this issue. In fact, YouTube won't even acknowledge that the issue is real. They're basically just telling me that it's not. It couldn't really be happening. Yes, it could. Anyway, so because I'm getting mass impersonated with fake copyright strikes against my detractors, someone took it upon themselves to abuse YouTube's copyright system and hit this channel with these false strikes claiming that the introductions to my podcast are using the Eminem song My Name Is. They are not. They never have been. It's not that work at all that's being used in those podcast intros, okay? So here's what happened, because I want to give you the full story of how this all went down, all right? So I basically was streaming the other night, and what was I streaming? Oblivion, Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the Shivering Isles DLC. We started up. It was really, really interesting. And as soon as I finished streaming, I went over to my computer to shut down the stream and then to start uploading. And, I go to my dashboard. And what happens is when you get a copyright strike, a giant pop-up hits you in the face, basically, and says, you have to look at this first before you can do anything else on YouTube. So I get hit in the face by a pop-up that says, you have received a copyright strike. And I'm like, oh, that's not good, obviously. What the hell is this? And it's this bullshit claiming that I'm using an Eminem song in the intro to my podcast, which I'm not. It claims that there's a company claiming the song, even though that company doesn't own the legal rights to the song. I looked into it. And Eminem's My Name Is currently licensed or owned by Universal Music Group, UMG. The company claiming it supposedly is not UMG, meaning it's a false claim outright, like right from the get-go. It's fake, because it's not the right company, okay? So I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, this is not good. So immediately I think I'm going to respond to this with a counter notice. I know it's fake. So let's hit it with a counter notice. That at least will get a legal process going. Now, here's how it works on YouTube, because this whole copyright system is very, very stupidly convoluted, and in my opinion, is not sufficient. Someone has to hit you with a copyright strike. In order to do that, all they have to do essentially is provide some contact information that's correct. It doesn't even have to be a valid claim. They just have to hit you with valid contact information. I know, because this has happened to me before. I've had people hit me with copyright strikes claiming they worked for Rockstar Games, and they didn't. I had people hit me with copyright strikes claiming they worked for Ubisoft, and they didn't. It was just made up. Okay? So this has happened to me before, and I've had to get it cleared up. So in this case, someone impersonating a music company, which they don't work for, so they're just making the shit up, but they have generalized information, and they spoofed the music company, and they hit me with this false copyright claim. So if you get hit with a copyright claim on YouTube, you have the ability to do what's called a counter notice. What a counter notice is you're going back to that company stating one of two things. Either you feel the claim is completely invalid, or you feel that you have the right to use the content that's being claimed anyway, and here's your legal defense. In this case, it's kind of bold. Number one, the song in question isn't being used. Number two, the company that's claiming me isn't the company that owns the rights to the song. Okay? And number three, I would have had a legal right to use it anyway because it's a transformative work, so it's all baloney. The whole thing is fake. So I basically hit it with a counter notice explaining all of this. Okay? I issue the counter notice. As I'm issuing the counter notice to the first strike, okay, a second strike hits the channel. So that's a completely separate strike now for the same song. That's bullshit. I've seen YouTube strikes before. For example, last year I was hit with false copyright strikes from a troll who was trying to basically do what's called what do they call it? It's a bait situation. Oh, here's a piece of content that I made for you to use in your stream. Thanks. Okay. So I use it. Then months later, oh, I'm going to strike it down because you didn't have permission. Well, yes, I did. Okay, I have it in writing that you gave me permission. So what happened is that person tried to hit me with like 20 strikes, but they all grouped into two. What YouTube is supposed to do, which they don't always do, and this is the problem with YouTube, is they don't consistently even follow their own rules. If you get strikes for the same piece of content, you're supposed to get one strike for that content. So if someone is striking you for a song, for a piece of, anything, whatever it is, you're only supposed to get one strike per piece of content. YouTube hit me with two. And I'm like, that's not even right. Like, the way they did it is wrong. I know, because I've gotten this before. Each piece, like, it should be 10 claims, one strike. Okay? Not two claims, 2 strikes for the same piece of content. It doesn't even make sense. So I'm like, well, this is horrible, because I can tell you exactly what's happening. Okay? This person who is lying and impersonating a music company basically issued like 100 single strikes. And they're hoping they're all going to hit my channel and shut it down. Here's how YouTube works. If you get a copyright strike, nothing really happens. If you get 2 copyright strikes, still nothing really happens. And I know this sounds weird because people seem to be under this impression that if you get copyright strikes against your channel, you can't upload and you can't stream. I thought that too. But last year, I had false strikes against this channel, again, from that troll, and nothing happened. I was still able to stream and I was still able to upload, no problem. So I guess YouTube, either this was a rule everyone thought existed and never did, or YouTube changed the system. I don't know if and when, but they did. Because last year, the same thing happened in the summer, and I was able to keep making content. Okay? So the same thing happened where it looks like I could still keep making content. I could still upload, because I was able to upload my Oblivion videos. I was able to do all that, no problem. It allowed me to keep doing it. So even though I had 2 strikes against the channel, I was still able to upload and do all my normal business, okay? But if you get a 3rd strike, what YouTube then does is they suspend the channel, okay? What that means is your channel disappears, all the content disappears. You now have to go through a legal process to get some of these strikes cleared up, and once they do, your channel will come back, all right? So that sucks, because imagine if DSP Gaming just disappeared for a couple of weeks, and there's nothing I can do about it besides go through a legal process, which takes time. It's not an overnight system, it's weeks. So, obviously, it's not what I want to happen. So, I'm sitting there, and I see strike 1 already hit. I do a counter notice. As I'm doing the counter notice for strike 1, strike 2 hits. And I said, alright, so here's the deal. This is going to hit again. I mean, this person, whoever this is, doing this, has issued a bunch of individual strikes, and essentially is trying to destroy my business. Okay? So what I did is I had to take extreme action. Now you might say, well, why didn't you private all of your podcasts and streams and everything that ever used that intro? Well, I could, except there's a problem with that. When you private a video, it just means the public can't see it. But if there's already a copyright strike in the pipeline, it will still apply to your channel. I know this for a fact because in 2015, one of the first times I was ever really negatively affected by this issue, I had all my videos privated that I thought would be affected, and I still got a second copyright strike for it. So, privating does nothing. It doesn't help. It's already issued. You're screwed. Okay? The only thing you can do is delete your content. Now, I just want you to think about this. I've been doing this podcast daily since fall of 2021, and I started using that intro in July. I had to go through July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 10 months of podcasts and 10 months of archived broadcasts. And I had to delete content from my channel, deleting views, deleting likes. This was all content that counted towards DSP gaming, that boosted this channel up and showed that there was engagement and viewership on this channel, and I was forced to delete it because it was my only short-term protection against getting a third additional strike on the channel, which would have suspended it. You see, there was literally nothing else that I could do. That's terrible, but that's the only way. How do I know that that works? Because again, I've done it before in 2015. This same similar issue happened in 2015, and that's what YouTube told me to do. They said the only defense is to delete the content on your channel that you think you're going to get a strike against. And that's what I did. So I went into panic mode, and I deleted hundreds of videos. Each video having around 1,000 or more views. Archived streams having thousands of views. Okay? So, you know what I'm saying? So, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts that this happened, and I'm just like, it really upsets me. Let's just put it that way. It really upsets me. All right? This is work that I've done for the last year. These are shows that I built up. These are topics that people like to hear, right? This is not just me bullshitting every day. This is a lot of meaningful discussion that I have with my audience, Q&A. These are shows that likely over time would have gotten views, residual views, in the background. And now this is 10 months of my life deleted that I shouldn't have to delete. I did nothing wrong. I'm not using the song that's getting copyright strikes against it. It's completely false. And I have to delete 10 months of work because of a fucking troll. It's bullshit, okay? And I'm tired of it. I really am. But it seems like YouTube just doesn't care. They don't. They just really don't seem to want any effort into anything. Everything has to be automated. Too bad. If you get hurt by false things, who cares if it hurts you and your business and your life? We don't care. Right? We're a giant billion-dollar company. We don't give two shits about you or anybody else. It's disgusting is what it is in my opinion. It's morally wrong, it's ethically wrong, it's legally wrong. When you're throwing around false DMCA claims, you're breaking the DMCA law. It's nonsense, okay? These need to be vetted. They absolutely need to. And by the way, I know for a fact that there are cases where YouTube does vet claims. I know it. I have it in writing. Let's put it that way. Anyway, so I had to delete all this content off my channel. So what is that going to do? I'll tell you what that's going to do. It deletes tons of views off my channel. It's going to make this channel once again be negatively affected. How? This channel will not show up in YouTube search algorithm now. Because I deleted a bunch of content, this hurts a channel. When you have a bunch of content removed from a channel, YouTube's algorithm says, oh, there's something wrong with that channel. That channel had stuff forcefully removed, and therefore, obviously, there's a problem, so don't show in search results anymore. This is what happened to my channel in 2015. Exactly the same situation. And there's nothing I could do to fix it. It took years of me uploading to this channel to get it back into the YouTube algorithm. And now I'm screwed. Again. And there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do is say, well, tough it out. Okay, that's it. That's literally it. Some people are like, well, why didn't you edit out the intros to the videos? Are you insane? Do you think that YouTube allows you to mass edit videos? No, they do not. YouTube does not allow that whatsoever. Okay? I would have had to individually edit every video and edit the intro out. Each video would have taken about an hour. So let's do the math. 6 shows a week times what? It's a 10 months, so what, 40 weeks? So let's see. 6 hours times 40. So if I spent, 240 some hours plus editing videos, maybe oh, by the way, the channel's already down because already all the strikes have hit. You see? So it's not possible. It's not, for someone like me who's as, what's the word? Someone who makes as much content as I do. It's not possible to do stuff like that. If I was a giant YouTuber who employed a team of people who could have went in to handle it, if I had a high-up contact at YouTube because I'm a giant YouTuber with millions of subs and makes tons of money on YouTube, maybe I would have had some defense against this. I have none. I don't. All right? I'm small potatoes. No one gives two shits about me at YouTube. They never did, to be honest. Even when I was a big partner at Machinima, YouTube said, delete your videos. They didn't care. They said, the process is the process. You can't go around the process. Once the process is in effect, there's no stopping it. Delete your videos. So that's what I did. Again. Okay? So, the good news is, after deleting the videos, alright, no additional strikes have hit for now. Alright? And I put in 2 counter notifications against the 2 videos in question that were, hit with copyright strikes. And now here's what happens. Here's the legal process that needs to take place. There's 10 business days that need to pass, okay? Within those 10 business days, this company that supposedly, which is not real, I'm telling you, they're fake strikes, this music company would have to go to court and issue court orders to say that they're going to sue me for the use of this song in my videos. They're actually going to spend thousands of dollars to go to court and sue me for using a song that's not even in the videos in question. So I want to think about how ridiculous that would be if a company thought to do that when the song is not even there, right? Like, it wouldn't even make any sense. So, it doesn't make, it's stupid. And it's not going to happen because the claims aren't real. Like I said, it's not even the correct music company supposedly issuing the claims. It's just bullshit. So, basically, there's nothing I can really do about it besides sit around and wait 10 business days. All right? When 10 business days have passed from me issuing the counter notifications, okay, these copyright strikes will be removed from the channel and we'll be back to normalcy around here. But in the meantime, if any other false strikes hit this channel for any reason, the channel will likely be suspended. And I really don't have any means to fix the process or fix that. I've already talked to YouTube because now I'm going to tell you the next steps that I took, okay? This channel will be suspended and gone. And there's nothing I can do until these counter notifications have hit 10 business days, all right? And then the channel will come back, all right? So, in the meantime, everything is in limbo. I'm going to continue making content on this channel, and hopefully nothing happens. But if something happens, we have a backup plan. I'm going to explain that plan to you because I had a nearly 1-hour discussion with YouTube about this, and I'm going to tell you everything that they said, okay? So, continuing the story. After the false strikes hit and I issued the counter notifications, all right, I went to talk to YouTube about this. The first thing I did is I wrote a very lengthy email to YouTube's legal department, legal at whatever.youtube.com. They have a legal email address. And I explained to them 2 things. I said, number 1, someone is issuing mass false copyright strikes in my name. This is a massive legal issue for you because someone is abusing your system and I'm trying to notify you via the chat that it's happening and you're ignoring me. I want some action taken on this. Please contact me. Then I explained I was hit with false copyright strikes as a result of it, and that's a retaliatory action because YouTube did not handle it properly. So I sent an email off to the legal department, okay? Then I went to YouTube chat again. Now, we already know YouTube chat is worthless, but I said, what the hell, I might as well do it again. It's the only other recourse I have. There's no other means to contact YouTube besides this chat. So I went to YouTube chat yet again. And I sat there talking to them. And by the way, once again, I documented the entire conversation. I saved the whole thing. I talked to them about three different issues. Issue number one, the mass impersonation that I'm having here of people issuing strikes in my name. After talking to them about this for about 25 minutes and finally getting the person on the other end to understand what I was saying, all right, here's what they finally said. Are you ready for this? It's not your problem because you're not doing it. It's the problem of the people who are being hit with the false strikes. They either need to use the counter notification system to get the strikes removed, just like everybody else, or they need to get a lawyer and have the lawyer contact us, and then we will talk about it further. That's exactly what I was told by YouTube help chat, support chat, is there's nothing I can do whatsoever because I'm not involved in it. Don't get involved in it. Do not even, there's nothing I can do at all. The people who are getting the false strikes need to use counter notifications or actually have a lawyer contact YouTube on their behalf. That's what I was told. All right? And I even said to them, I said, so to make this clear, you're saying you want someone to sue you. And the person responded, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying have a lawyer contact us. That doesn't mean sue. That just means have a legal representative contact us. And I was like, so I want you to think about this. Essentially what YouTube is saying is, unless you're rich, you have absolutely no defense against crimes on YouTube. Because the only people who can afford to get a lawyer are rich people. Or if you're not aware, because we'll talk about this, because by the way, I am seeking legal representation, and I have already spoken with 2 different lawyers, just so you know, okay? And I'm going to tell you what happened as a result of that. Lawyers are incredibly expensive. Do you want to know the running rate of a standard lawyer? About $300 an hour. That's not an exaggeration. An average lawyer, just to talk with you, they will charge you $300 an hour for their time. So unless you're rich, you can't actually protect yourself, which is bullshit, right? So that's what YouTube is under the impression. If you are rolling in dough, have a lawyer talk to us and maybe we'll discuss how broken our systems are and help you. But if you're not rich, we don't care. That's what they told. Essentially, that's what they're saying in YouTube chat support. Get a lawyer or we won't help you. Okay? So that was number one. That's the first answer. The second thing I asked YouTube chat about was, hey, so since this is going on and I got these false strikes against me, and I even explained to them, I said, listen, if you look at the strikes, you can see that there's a music company that doesn't own the rights to the song that are claiming or hitting my video with the copyright claims or copyright strikes. In addition, my videos don't even have the song in them. It's a different song. So not only is the company incorrect, it's obviously a false impersonation, but also the content is not even in the video. So how can you tell me this is a valid complaint? And they said, well, of course, the YouTube chat support person doesn't do that. They said, we don't handle the complaint here. We have a copyright department. What you need to do is issue counter notices. And it's up to our copyright department to determine if the claim is valid or not. And if they outright can tell it's fake, they'll just get rid of it. But if they can't tell, if there's, what do they say? If you can't prove within a shadow of a doubt that it's fake, then they're just going to pretend like it's real because they don't want to deal with a legal issue. So they'll just pretend like the claim is real. Even if there's mostly evidence saying it's fake, they don't care. They want to protect their own butts. Okay? So, basically, get a lawyer. I'm not shitting you. That's what I was told. Well, even if you know that this claim is fake and you have actual evidence, corroborating evidence to prove that this claim is fake, get a lawyer. Have the lawyer contact us. That's what I was told. I'm like, okay. And I told them, I said, you realize this is in writing, correct? Like, this conversation, I'm saving it. This is not, you're talking to me, I'm going to delete this. There's no evidence. I'm documenting our conversation in there. Yeah, all right. This is legal now. It's legally been said. Okay, this is what they want me to do. All right. So there you go. Now, this is so ridiculous. Okay? The third thing I talked to them about was what happens if DSP Gaming gets falsely shut down. Let's say a third strike hits. I say, I've deleted all the stuff. So I should not get hit with a third strike. Okay? But what if a third strike hits the channel for something else? And the channel now gets suspended. Alright? So here's how it works. Supposedly. If your channel gets 3 copyright strikes against it, and you have taken no recourse, like no defense against it, your channel shut down. And it will stay shut down forever, unless you get the strikes removed somehow. Okay? 3 strikes, you're out, essentially. Alright? Now, excuse me. I have counter notices in, and the counter notices were accepted and forwarded to the false claimant. Alright? So I already have 2 legal processes in place to protect the channel. If a third strike hits, the channel will not be deleted. The channel will essentially just be suspended, which means once those counter notices clear in, they say it's 10 business days for when I did it, which would have been 2 days. Well, I guess yesterday would have been the first business day, right? So you figure 2 weeks from yesterday, I guess. Then the channel will come back. Okay? So there you go. So it sucks. The channel will be gone for 2 weeks, but it would come back in 2 weeks. Now, I directly asked this YouTube chat representative, who's supposed to be your direct line to YouTube on what to do in these situations. I explained to them, I said, I have other YouTube channels. 2 other ones. They're not really related to DSP Gaming. One is like a reacting channel, and another one is a channel that I used to use years ago and I haven't used. I said, could I use those channels in the meantime? Could I upload content? Could I live stream? And this person, in writing, stated to me, yes, you can. Yes, those channels will not be affected by the copyright status of DSP Gaming. That's what I was told. Now, I don't know if this person is correct or not, but that's what I was told in writing. Okay, I have it in writing. So, I'm to understand that, again, if we're in a situation where this channel gets suspended erroneously, I can still use my other channels to make content, okay? Fair enough. I hope they're not lying to me. Why would they lie, right? I mean, that'd be pretty stupid. I have it in writing. Legally, I can prove I did nothing wrong if I go to my other channels and they're like, oh, that's wrong. You can't use your other channels if you have copyright strikes against your other channel. And then they hit me with more stuff, like more suspensions or bans. We're like, what are you talking about? I have it in writing right here that it says I could have done it. Here it is. So, to my knowledge, if this channel gets suspended, I should be able to still do React content, and we would go over temporarily to KO Gaming and try to do daily live streams over there. And maybe upload the videos there too. I don't know. I don't know if anyone would even watch the gameplay videos if I uploaded them to KO Gaming. I really don't know. I don't know what would happen. I would hope people would move over there and watch the gameplay in the meantime, because I don't want to stop making content for you guys because I'm hit with false copyright strikes. That would be preposterous, right? So, that's what I was told. Now, I have this whole conversation documented. So question number 1, how do I stop people from impersonating me and hitting everyone with false strikes on YouTube? Answer, you don't. You're not involved. The people getting hit with the false strikes need to either hit counter notifications or talk to a lawyer, have a lawyer contact us. You have nothing you can do. That was answer number 1. Question number 2, what about these false strikes I'm getting on my channel? All you can do is issue counter notifications. If you want anything further, have a lawyer contact us. That's what I was told. Question number 3, if this channel gets suspended for these false copyright claims, can I still use my other channels to make content? And the answer was, yes, you can do so. So I have it all in writing. I saved this whole conversation. All right? Then I reached out to a couple of lawyers, which I'm going to talk about in a moment here. Okay? So you guys know what's going on with that. Because I do have some information, some updates for you here. All right? In regards to that. Anyway, worst case scenario, if this channel gets suspended and it's gone, all right, and I go over to my other channels and I try to make content there, and those channels get suspended, which shouldn't happen. I've been told by YouTube it won't. I've been given the go-ahead by YouTube to use the other channels. But if it happens because they don't know what they're talking about, then I'm going to have to temporarily go over to my old Twitch TV channel, which is twitch.tv/DarksidePhil, and probably do a couple streams there, a few streams there, just to make content. You know, it's my job. I can't not work. And then what we're going to have to do is try to figure out some kind of a solution. And the answer is not to stay on Twitch. I can tell you that right now. Twitch's limitations of what bitrate you can stream at, and Twitch's insanely bad moderation. You know, the reason I left Twitch is because I was sitting on a stream and they claimed that I said something racial that I never said. And then I showed them I didn't, and then they unsuspended my channel, but they suspended it for no reason. There was no evidence I did anything wrong. It's very idiotic the way that company is run. All right, and I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to be on a business where at any moment someone's going to claim I did something, I didn't do it, and they just, oh, I should suspend you now. Well, no, I'm not dealing with you. Okay? So, basically, I don't want to go there. It would just be temporary. All right? It wouldn't be permanent. It would be a temporary thing. And then what I would probably do is try another business. Some people are telling me there's this new place called Kick or something. I've never heard of it. But people are like, yeah, it's a new streaming website. A lot of content creators are giving it a shot. Would I try it? I probably would. I would probably try it and see what it's like. Thing is, I don't know how it works. I don't know how easily I could even stream there. I don't know if OBS can even stream to it easily. You know what I mean? I don't know how that works. If it even can. I don't know how OBS works. And also, I don't know about their limitations. I don't know what's going to happen because, what's their bitrate? Do they limit your bitrate when you stream over there? Or can you just stream as high as you want? Obviously, I'm streaming at 12,000 kilobits on YouTube now. I love this quality I'm streaming at. I want to keep at it. I don't want to have to nerve. If I go to Twitch, I immediately have to have my quality. I'm not even kidding you. Right now, this stream is 12,000 kilobits per second. If I go to Twitch, I have to stream at 6,500 kilobits. That's not even good enough for smooth 60 frames per second in 720p quality. It's not even good enough for that, and that's what they're limiting you to do over there. It's preposterous how behind the times Twitch is. Okay? So, I would hope Kick will allow me to stream at a higher bitrate if I have to go over there. Now, the thing is, I don't want to go over there. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I have built a community. I have built a business, right? My whole history is here. You know what I'm saying? And can you imagine if 15 years of my history is deleted off of YouTube because of crimes being committed against me? What I will tell you is this. If this channel does get suspended and doesn't come back for some reason, I will sue whoever I need to sue to get it back. I will 1,000,000% raise my hand right here and tell you, I swear to you, I will not allow 15 years of my life be erased off the internet because a company doesn't want to abide by the law, because a person does not want to abide by the law. I know I have done nothing wrong. I swear to you, I will not allow 15 years of work to go down the drain because these companies basically are not responsible legally. I refuse. Okay? So rest assured, there may be issues, there may be road bumps, there may be problems, but this channel will not go away permanently. It will come back at some point. All right? I will commit that to you, and it doesn't even matter if it takes years of legal battles. I don't care. I will not allow DSP Gaming to be erased. All right? So I'm just making that clear to you all right now. Fair enough? So you don't have to worry. It may be a horrible, horrible situation to get through, but I'm not going to be deleted for doing nothing wrong. All right? So, anyway. Here's the plan. I'm going to keep streaming on DSP Gaming and do normal content. I'm still going to be doing content for my sister channel, DSP Reacts, as if nothing is wrong. I mean, yeah, things are wrong. At any moment, this channel could be suspended. Not deleted, but suspended. Because I already have those 2 counter notifications in the pipeline. Those are going to clear within 2 weeks' time, and therefore then the channel will be fine again. But I am absolutely in jeopardy of being suspended, and it's bullshit, and it shouldn't be that situation, but it is. All right? So, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and continue as usual. All right? And there's, if anything goes wrong and we have to go to Twitch temporarily, I will. And if that, would we go there? If that's not working out, or if I feel like I want to try this Kick, we'll try Kick. And again, to upload videos, obviously, if I'm making new playthroughs, I want to upload the videos. I don't want to have this on hold. So if that means that I have to go to another website, such as whoever this other one is, Rumble or something, don't even know. But if I have to go there temporarily, right, I will do that. All right. So it's that simple. All right. That's what we're doing. We're not going to stop. I will tell you this again. I just told you one thing. I said I will not let DSP gaming die permanently, and that is the truth. No matter what, this channel will come back at some point. And number two, I will make another promise to you. I'm not going to stop making content. All right. My content is meaningful, positive, fun, and so many people tell me on a daily basis they're so grateful that I still am here after all the trials and tribulations that I have been through and all the bullshit that people have put me through over these years. People respect me for still sticking with it. People look up to me for sticking through these tough times. And a lot of people have even told me that they see me as an inspiration. Now, do you want to know the truth? I don't think any of that should be. I don't believe that at all. I don't think I'm anyone special or different than anybody else. I've always told you guys I see myself as a Joe average guy just having fun on the internet, making content with you guys on a daily basis, period. I've never seen myself as anyone to look up to. But apparently it's the truth because I get these messages all the time from people saying, please keep making content. Your content is meaningful. When I come to your channel and I unwind from a day away and I get to hear your unbiased opinions, your truthfulness, you're not just saying something because it's a paid advertisement or a shtick or an ad. You're not doing something just because you're getting paid for it. You're doing it because you have a passion for it, right? I very well could have been a much bigger content creator. I was a bigger content creator, but because I didn't become the kiss ass that a lot of other content creators did, the PG golden boy promoting content and shilling shit, that's why I'm the guy who's the whipping boy of the internet. Very truthfully, that's the reason. Because I could have been a big guy with big protection from everyone around, and I always said, no, I'm not that person, all right? And I think a lot of people respect that and understand that. That's why I still have the viewer base I do 15 years later. Despite the fact that there's so many people on the internet that just want to be toxic and negative, there's people who love who I am and what I do. And I really appreciate that you guys allow me to make a living doing what I do. I really, really, really appreciate that, okay? So, thank you. Thank you for that support. That's why I'm not ever going to give up. I'm not going to let the malicious actions of someone committing crimes against me when I've done nothing wrong deter me from doing what I love or deter me from making meaningful content that helps others. You understand? If anything, when people like this do shit to me like this just motivates me to come back stronger. I want you to understand that. This is exactly where my old moniker used to come from. When people crap on me and tell me, you're no good, you're this, you can't do that, you can't do this, that motivates me to redouble my efforts and do better. Do you understand? I am more motivated now than ever to keep making content and keep being successful. Even if it means that I'm successful at a very small level to a couple thousand people, which is really what it is. I probably have an active fan base of 10,000 viewers or less across the globe. But you know what? Those are people who like what I do. They like that I cater the content to them and they support it. That's enough for me. I have no aspirations of being a giant successful content creator. I don't. I never had those aspirations. That when I started in 2008, it was a joke. It wasn't supposed to be something that was going to be a job. When I started in 2010 doing it as a job in early 2011 when I got partnered with Machinima, it was just supposed to be me messing around playing games. I never thought people would tell me how meaningful this was. You know what I'm saying? I never understood that. And to some extent, I was kind of irresponsible back then with the things I said and did because I didn't realize the power that I wielded and how important what I did. What was I going to say? What I did for all those people. I didn't understand that, right? I just didn't understand that at all. So basically, the way I see it is business as usual. There was a point in my life where if something like this happened, I would have freaked out. All right, I would have completely started ripping my hair out of my head and raging. You would have seen me here screaming my head off, so angry, so upset, right? And I would have been using a million expletives, and I would have been going nuts. But the thing is, I've been doing this for 15 years. Been there, done that. All right? I've been through this before, and likely I'll be through it again. I said it last year when this happened. It just sucks that in this case, I was forced to delete a ridiculous amount of content. I had to delete 10 months of podcasts and archive streams because of the stupid use of a song that I wasn't even using. All right? It's quite ridiculous. And, excuse me, I'm not happy about it, but I'm also not going to say, well, I'm going to be defeated by it. You understand? So that's my attitude. So if this channel does get suspended, go to my other channels, DSP Reacts or KO Gaming or both. If those channels get suspended, all right, check me out on Twitter at They Call Me DSP. I'm going to tell you where to go, and likely it's going to be my Twitch channel, which is twitch.tv/DarkSidePhil for some temporary streams. And then we will likely head over to other places, whether it be Kick or Rumble or whatever it is, until I can get my YouTube channels back, because they're going to come back. These channels are not going to be permanently removed or deleted for false copyright strikes. I absolutely refuse. If their legal process works, then it should take 2 weeks. If the legal process doesn't work, then I might have to sue someone. I don't want to, but if I have to, I will, and the channel is going to come back eventually. So, never fear. However, it does suck that we're basically might have to bounce around. I don't want to bounce around. I want to be here where I've built a community for 15 years, and I want to continue to be here. Okay? Now, in the meantime, I have spoken with multiple lawyers. Okay? I have. And basically, I can confirm with you that YouTube does have a behind the scenes process for which they protect big content creators from this issue. Because you might say, wait a minute, Phil, you're small potatoes, right? You're no one. You're affected by this. Are you going to tell me that these big content creators out there who definitely have their haters and definitely have their issues or whatever, right? You're going to tell me that they don't have the same issue? How do they not have their channels get hit with false copyright strikes and get taken down? The answer is because if you're big on YouTube and you make YouTube a lot of money, and likely you have money for a lawyer to pay them $300+ an hour, all right, you get extra protections. It's not fair, but it's true. It's bullshit in my opinion. That happened. How is that fair and equal treatment? That because someone is big on YouTube and rich, they get protections, but not the other person. So one person gets protected from crimes, but not the other. Can you explain to me how in a court of law that could be justified? One person, you're just, sorry, unprotected, just get hit by crimes constantly. Sorry, nothing we can do. Oh, big person who's rich? Okay, we'll help you. Wait, huh? I'm pretty sure in a court of law that's not going to fly. I'm pretty sure legally any business should be giving the same level of attention to crime to any person that it affects. Okay? But the point I'm making here is that's why the big ass YouTubers out there who have millions of subs, who get millions of views on every video, who are rolling in money and who make money big time on YouTube don't get copyright strikes against them for bullshit like this, because those people are protected. They have another air of protection and scrutiny, where as fake strikes come in, people actually look at them and review them to see if they're legit or not, rather than just hitting them and saying, oh, now you clean up the mess. Okay? So, it's bullshit. It's not fair, but that's how the system is working right now. I would like to see that system change. I would absolutely positively, in the long term, like to see this whole copyright system change on YouTube, because it's just not fair to the normal person. So the normal person can never actually try to use YouTube to make a living, because at any point someone can commit crimes against them and they have no recourse. But if I'm rich, I'm okay. How does that make sense? So essentially, the whole idea of YouTube doesn't exist. You broadcasting yourself as a channel on the internet and showing your talent doesn't exist. You have to be a company going into it with a legal team to actually do it and not get malicious activities against you. It's bullshit. I mean, it's right there in the documented chat I had with YouTube. They said it twice. Get a lawyer. Have a legal representative contact us. But the legal representative is $300 an hour. So just to have them contact you, probably I'm going to owe them $1,000. What are you talking about? How is that fair? I'm supposed to be rich. Anyway, this sucks that it's happening. It is what it is. I am going to seek some legal representation. All right. The problem is I'm not made of money, and I just went through a bankruptcy 3 years ago, so I don't have good credit. It's not like I can go out there and be like, yeah, I have all this money and credit that I can put against it to pay for it. I don't. All right. So we'll see what happens. Okay. And go from there. Again, I don't know what's going to happen, if anything. I don't know if anything will happen. It might just, fall on its face and have no positive outcome from it. But at this point, since I'm in a situation where, where this is happening to me regularly. It happened last year, it's happening now, and I have someone apparently mass impersonating me, and YouTube won't even take care of it. I think this is something I have to do. And I very much likely might have to seek help for it on the internet and do like a legal fund and say, hey guys, I'm sorry, but I need help to do this. I can't afford it. I need help with it. Can you help me out? Can we do like a fundraiser or something to raise funds so I can pay for this freaking lawyer so we can get something done or get something off the ground? Okay. So yeah, I don't even know what else to say. That's kind of where we are. So to recap, here's the recap. I'm not issuing copyright strikes against anyone. Those accusations are completely false. It's not happening. I proved my innocence about a month ago on my freaking birthday. I showed everyone it's not me doing it. But my trolls are so stupid that they don't believe it because they believe insane conspiracies just like they have all along. So they're blaming me for the actions of some malicious third party who no one even knows who it really is. YouTube's copyright system is broken and is granting these strikes even though they're not legit, and I have no way to stop them because according to YouTube, I'm not involved in the process. It has to be the people getting stricken with the fake strikes that deal with it, and they need to seek a lawyer. That's what I'm being told. So because this is happening and I have no control over it, I'm now being hit with false copyright strikes for music I'm not using in my videos, and I have to delete a ridiculous amount of videos to stop my channel from getting a third strike and getting suspended. This sucks because this hurts the channel. I've lost the entire 10 months of work that I had with the Level 1 podcast, and it killed this channel in views and likes, and likely now all the statistics on this channel have tanked, and it's not going to show up in YouTube search. So all I'm going to be able to rely on is my hardcore viewers. That's it. No one else is going to find this channel for a while now because this is the same thing that happened to me in 2015, and it took like 2 years for people to even say, hey, look, your channel's in search again. Okay? This is shit. But there's nothing I can do about it because this is YouTube's legal system. All right? I've put in the counterclaims, the counter notices. Those are going through, and within 2 weeks, those should clear, and then this channel will be back to normal. But in the meantime, if any more false strikes hit this channel, it will be suspended, and there's nothing I can do about it. So we might have to go to my other YouTube channels, DSP Reacts or KO Gaming, and use those in the meantime. I've been told in writing by YouTube I'm legally allowed to do that. If that is a lie and that screws up, okay, then instead of that, we're going to have to go elsewhere, whether it means stream on Twitch temporarily or try one of these new third-party sites like Kick or Rumble or both, whatever it may be, all right? But in the meantime, I'm going to do my absolute best to get this channel cleared up. I'm going to keep trying to use this channel every day for work like usual. Nothing's going to change there unless I have to. And yes, I am going to seek some kind of legal representation at this point to figure out what is going on and how I'm supposed to protect myself, because this is absolutely ridiculous at this point. That just because I'm not rich, I'm going to be treated differently. That is not acceptable to me, and I'm pretty sure that's not legal. All right? So I'm going to see what happens, and again, hopefully, this channel does not get suspended or shut down, and I could continue to just do normal content on it like I do every single day. All right? This is preposterous what is going on. All right? That's about it. That's about what I have to say, guys. Okay? So, it's that simple. It's not really simple, is it? It's pretty convoluted. It's pretty bullshit. But that's what I'm going through. All right? Now, right? I'd love to say, hey, guys, let's do the schedule. Let's do all this. Like, we don't know what's going to happen, right? Like, I would love to tell you guys right now, hey, here's my weekly schedule for the week. Let's do it, right? But who knows what's going to happen, right? I don't know what's going to happen. I don't even know if I'm going to get through this stream. I'm not even kidding you. Like at this point, you get to the point where you're paranoid. Where I'm sitting here and I'm like, gee, should I keep clicking refresh on my page to see if another bullshit strike hits the channel and shuts me down? You know what I mean? Like, should I keep doing this? Should I keep clicking and looking? It's stupid as hell. It's just dumb, and I'm honestly, it wears you down, man. You're so stressed out over this. For what, man? Right? Anyway, so we're gonna act normal. What else can I say, right? We're gonna try to act normal. What can you do? If you're a viewer and you like my content, what can you do? Honestly, the best way to approach this is just to act like everything is fine and just business as usual. That's all I can say. The best way to get through this is to be like, all right, yeah, is it upsetting? Of course it is. We don't want to see 15 years of work be deleted off of YouTube or suspended for any period of time, correct? But at the same time, what can we really do about it right now? Honestly, what can we honestly do? Not much. And so, it is what it is. Move forward positively, hope for the best, and just pretend like nothing's different, right? Please come enjoy my streams. Please come enjoy my on-demand videos. Please, if you can, support them like we always do. If it comes to the point where I am taking extra steps, and let's say, for example, yeah, I'm going to hire a lawyer to do work for me to handle this, I will let you know. And if I need financial help with that and we do a legal fund kind of a deal, I will let you know. Right now, we're not at that point yet, but I'm working towards it. All right? So, that's where we are. I don't want the attitude to change around here. I don't want people to think, oh, we have to rally and do this. There's nothing you can really do. Honestly, just enjoy. Enjoy the content while it's here. Enjoy the content and hope that it doesn't go away, because I don't want it to go away. It shouldn't go away. Honestly, legally, I'm in the clear here. I'm in the right. I've done nothing wrong at all. So let's just continue forward as much as we can and hope for the best. All right? And that being said, it's now time to do the schedule for the week. All right? Today, we're about to try the Street Fighter 6 demo on Xbox Series X. All right, I've downloaded it, and we're going to do character creation